Hello and welcome to today's class. Today we will discuss about the relation between residential status and incidence of tax. You know that the tax liability of an assessee is depend on the income of the assessee in the previous year. Now, according to section 5 of the Income Tax Act, the income of the assessee depends on three factors. The first factor is residential status. That means whether the person is a resident or non-resident, and if he is a resident, then whether he is a resident and ordinary resident, or he is a resident but not ordinary resident. The second factor is place. Here place means the source of income, whether the income is accrued or received or deemed to be received either in India or outside India. And the time, here time means whether the income was received or accrued or deemed to be accrued or deemed to be arise in previous year or not. Now, whether a person is subject to pay tax or not actually depends on two factors: the nature of income and his capacity of residence. Now, here ROR means resident and ordinary resident, RNOR means resident but not ordinary resident, and NR implies not resident. Now, in first option we can see that income which is received or deemed to be received in India in the previous year either by the assessee or on behalf of such person. So, if the assessee received any income in India in the previous year, then whether he is a resident or ordinary resident, or he is a resident but not ordinary resident, or even if he is a non-resident, he has to pay tax. Next, if income accrues or arises or deemed to be accrue or arise in India in the previous year, that means the income actually either received outside India in the previous year or has not received yet, but actually arises or deemed to be arises or occurred in India. So, in that case, any capacity of residence, the person has to pay tax. Now, income which has been accrued or arise in the previous year outside India, but the income was actually received or arises from a business or from a profession which is actually located in India or controlled from India. In that case, the non-resident individual is not subject to pay any tax. Only the resident individuals, that means either he is a resident and ordinary resident, or he is a resident but not ordinary resident, he has to pay tax. Next, in previous case we saw that the income was received outside India. In present case, the income is accrued or arises in the previous year outside India. But the difference is the income here is not received or not accrued or not arises from any business or profession either located in India or controlled in India. That means the business or profession is located and controlled outside India. In that case, only the resident and ordinary resident individual is taxable, and a resident and but not ordinary resident and a non-resident are not taxable. Any income which has been accrued or arises in the previous year outside India, only resident and ordinary resident is taxable, and other two individuals are not taxable. Here, if income received or earned outside India in financial year 2016-17 and remitted to India in 1920, that means income was received or earned in a previous year preceding the related previous year, but actually remitted to India later on. In that case, only the resident and ordinary resident individual has to pay tax, and all other individual, that means resident but not ordinary resident and the non-resident individuals are not subject to pay any tax. So, if you look on column wise, you will see that if an assessee is a resident and ordinary resident, he has to pay tax in all cases whether the income is received or generated either in India or outside India. In case of resident but not ordinary resident, he has to pay tax only those income which were received or accrued or arises only in India. And in case of non-resident, he has to pay tax only those income which actually received or arises in India. So, thank you for today. We will come in another video with a new topic. Thank you.